All right, another beautiful day where we're voicing out the voice of those who can't voice their voice on the outside. Every day I'm voicing out my brother's voice. Every day I'm going to be voicing out those inmates that are on the inside, that are being abused, that don't have families on the outside. And we're being connected every day with other inmates and other families that do have loved ones in there that are being abused by those correctional officers that are abusing inmates. I'm not going to sit here and tell you every correctional officer is bad. A lot of correctional officers, they go in, they take care of the inmates, they do serve and protect, but there are some that are abusing the power that they have, that are abusing the badge, the uniform. And in all my research and all my conversation with the other inmates and the other families that have loved ones in there, the same names keep coming up. Suda, Correctional Officer Suda, Correctional Officer Tipton, Correctional Officer Malinsky, Sergeant Daniels. These correctional officers are using excessive force. They call themselves inside that jail facility as the Red Team. That Red Team has a reputation. Where when they start beating you up, you're not gonna walk again. So wanted to come on here and cover what happened about a month ago, because this, for whatever reason, is being covered up. It's not getting media coverage. The mother, they scared the mother where she's not coming forward and talking about it. Her son is Sergio Eduardo Diaz Antenez, also known as Sonic, inmate number 2002116. He was released 1 month after he was stabbed in Prince William County jail facility. So 2 inmates, 5 o'clock in the morning, they go into his cell and they began stabbing him. Those 2 inmates are MS-13 gang members. So after 8 minutes into it, the correctional officers went in. Sergio Eduardo Diaz was sent to Innova Fairfax Hospital, and he was treated there for his stabbings. A month after his stabbing, the mother threatened to sue the jail facility, and she was able to get a motion for her son to be released from the jail facility and be on an ankle bracelet on house arrest. So right now, Sergio is at his house. He is on house arrest with an ankle bracelet. But the mother is scared to come forward and talk about this particular incident. My question is this. 2 inmates, 5 o'clock in the morning, they're MS-13 members. Those doors, the cell door is electronically controlled by the correctional officers. The correctional officers can open it and can close it. That's the only way it can open and close. My question is, how was it open at 5 o'clock in the morning? How did those 2 MS-13 members, how were those 2 inmates able to get that door open unless the correctional officers opened it for them? And my other question is, are there correctional officers that have ties with MS-13 members that were able to coordinate this stabbing with the MS-13 members? The 2 inmates were able to access that door and go in and stab Sergio. This is a question that's not being answered, and I asked this question directly to Colonel Peter Maltese. He's a superintendent. Now, sir, you're the superintendent of the jail facility. It is your job to make sure those inmates are safe. It is not your job to have this covered up. It's not been reported on the media. The mother is scared, and the community, we fear for the other inmates in your jail facility. So these are big questions that you should come forward and answer. The police department with the detectives from the gang unit, they talked to Sergio, Eduardo Diaz, Antoniez, and there is an investigation that's happening or happened. But I'm being told that there is an investigation from the gang unit and the police department. This happened on July 24th. It's either July 24th. The information I have is either July 24th or July 25th, 5 o'clock in the morning. And again, Sergio Eduardo Diaz Antoniez, also known as Sonic, inmate number 20-02116. And Colonel Peter Maltese. These are questions that the community is asking you. These are inmates that it is your job to make sure they're safe. This incident, there was another incident on the news that is similar that happened in November 22nd, 2022, where inmates were able to access that door and go in and assault another inmate. So it's not the first time that this happened, and this should be addressed. And the fact there is no media coverage is a scarier idea. It's even a bigger problem. Why is this being covered up? My brother has been beaten up by Correctional Officer Tipton, Correctional Officer Malinsky, Correctional Officer Suda, Correctional Officer Sergeant Daniels. They call themselves the Red Team inside that jail facility. They're doing it to a lot of other inmates where they're beating them up. They have a reputation where if they beat you up, you're not going to walk again. And they did that to my brother. And I'm being told, I'm getting information that there is other incidents that other inmates that this is happening to. They go in, handcuff you behind your back, strip you naked, beat you up, and you can't walk again. They refuse to give you medical. There's definitely abuse in that jail facility, and we're gonna bring all these incidents to light. I'm being connected with a lot of inmates on the inside, getting connected with other families that do have loved ones inside that are being abused the same way my brother is being abused. And this corruption has to stop. It's only a matter of time before justice is served for my brother and those inmates that are suffering and that are being abused. Those correctional officers that are abusing inmates are criminals, and they're using that badge and the uniform, and they're abusing people. But it's only a matter of time. We're going to be protesting in front of the courthouse every single day from 8 o'clock until 12. Every day we're protesting, and we're going to be exposing these crimes. And I ask that you keep us in your prayers. Keep my brother in your prayers. Keep the other inmates that are being abused in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers. Keep the other families in your prayers. And the Lord is watching, and He's going to work through people to expose those criminals. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all correctional officers are bad. There is a lot of correctional officers that serve and protect every day. There is a lot of police officers that serve and protect every day. But there are those that use the badge and the uniform, and they're abusing people. And I pray that the Lord gives us enough strength and power to go up against these criminals. We're going to be there every day in front of that courthouse. The police department is not doing us a favor by us being there. This is public property. We're going to be there, and we're going to be protesting. We're protected under our Constitution. We're protected under our First Amendment for free speech. And we're going to be there every day. And I'm going to voice my brother's voice, and I'm going to voice the voice of those that don't have a voice on the outside. And justice will be served.